Well, it's 11:30 AM. We are at another campsite. This time I'm using the vestibule with our tent. Removable vestibule. So there you can see inside there. Just got the vestibule open at the moment because last night we had a bit of condensation build up. I'm going to have to get some vents installed on this vestibule because it does cause a bit of a problem, the condensation build up. Otherwise the tent itself is very good at repelling condensation, but the vestibule is made of a fabric that's not so good at that. So guy lines are tied to tree roots, a couple of DIY tent pegs as usual. If you've been watching my videos you'll know that I don't carry tent pegs. So we'll just swing around here, see the clothesline. Some gaiters just drying out there on the clothesline. Now there's part of the trail we've been walking on, and if you've been following my videos this might surprise you. We are camped next to what looks like a house, but it's not a house. This is actually a refuge hut in Tasmania, the very southern part of Australia. So in Tasmania the government thank you to the government, they make very good quality refuge cabins or refuge huts. So about 20 people can sleep in that refuge cabin. In a moment I'll take you inside, but just before that we'll go for a walk up this trail here, just so you can see some of the other campsites that are around. This is a very popular part of Australia to go camping. People from all over the world come here. There's a couple of tents just over there. I'm not sure if anyone's sleeping in there, so we'll just talk a bit more quietly. It is 11:30, but I'm guessing there's no one in there. So just a couple of two-man tents. Very lightweight two-man tents. What you're looking at there is a helipad. That's the evacuation helipad. So if anyone gets injured or if the government need to fly in more supplies, they will land the helicopter right there. So all sorts of stuff gets brought into this national park by helicopter, by the government funding, and also a couple of rich Australian business people have donated a lot of money to this area for the development of the track. So here we have a nice little storage of goodies. That is, what's that, brown coal or black coal? So that coal is for the heater inside the cabin that we just saw a moment ago. So it's probably a good half a ton or a full ton of brown coal stored there. Must have been brought in by helicopter, not something you'd bring in by backpack unless you had about 300 porters, which we don't have in Australia. So there's the cabin again. Let's just go for a quick walk around the back of the cabin so you can see it from all directions first. Just a bit of a makeshift park bench there next to the cabin. So this really has to be one of the best cabins I've ever seen. It even has fly screens on the windows. This is a very cold part of Australia, but believe it or not, we still get mosquitoes here. And there are quite a few mosquitoes hanging around last night. I actually had to kill about 6 mosquitoes inside my tent. I'm not carrying any insect repellent, so we just had to use old-fashioned methods. So here's one of the water sources, again, that the government have put in. So it's a rainwater tank that comes straight off the guttering, and believe it or not, about 100 different people have drank from that in only the last few days. So I believe it is completely portable, completely safe to drink. So it's a bit of a thoroughfare here. There's very limited camping spots, so you only saw 2 tents over there. But tonight, once everyone else arrives, all the other bushwalkers, this whole area will be completely crowded with people. And this is really the only good spot that we could find, the only level ground. So being so close to the hut, I was a bit worried that someone could trip over the tent, so we installed this makeshift fence. So another good use for rope. If you're carrying additional rope in your backpack, you can just install a high visibility fence around your tent, and I've done this on dirt roads as well. And another trick is you can actually just grab a few plastic bags and start hanging your rubbish, you know, just rubbishy pieces of plastic bag onto that makeshift fence, just as it increases its visibility, because I really was worried that people would start tripping over our tent pegs, and it's a very expensive tent, so we don't want to injure people and we don't want to damage that tent either. So another piece of high visibility rope there. So now for the exciting part, we're going to go for a walk inside the cabin. So it is 11:30, everyone is gone, there's no one here right now except me and Christina. This hut houses 20 souls. Each bunk is meant for up to 5 people. So 10 people on that side, 10 people on this side. There's Christina's sleeping bag, just having a bit of a sleep. She'll go to sleep soon once I stop making this video. So here's the coal heater, a couple of jiffy fire lighters, a bit of tinder to get the fire going. So the hut rules are only use the stove if the temperature is below 10 degrees. Unfortunately, that has not happened. With 20 people in this hut, it really gets extremely hot. In fact, I tried to sleep in here last night and I couldn't, so I just went back out to my tent. Just impossible to sleep in here, it was just too hot. Also, it was quite noisy as well with that many people. So here's our cooking area. We've taken the luxury of cooking inside the hut. I know it's not very bushcrafty, it's not as rugged as some of our videos, but it's just something different. So quite amazing, the government even put in stainless steel tops onto the benches of the hut. Just go for a walk around and have a look at some of the other cook sets that people have left behind. There's a lot of people who are going on day hikes today, so all this gear you see here is just stuff that people have left behind while they go on their day hikes. And then around say 2 p.m. to about 5 p.m. most people will be coming back here and sleeping the night, either in the hut or in their tents. So a lot of people have left their gear hanging up just to dry. Bit of cleaning material here for cleaning the hut. And right here is my 10-litre water supply, MSR dromedary just hanging. Another piece of my own cook set. So a lot of people like to use plastic cook sets. Another cook set over here. And if you're feeling bored during the night, you can even play cards. Someone has left some cards behind. And we even have a firefighting kit just in case the hut does catch into flames. Walk back outside again. Some more of our clothes hanging up to dry. Now let's just go for a quick walk down to the other water source, down this trail here. Now with all this signs of activity here, believe it or not, we are in quite a remote part of Tasmania. This hut is a 15-kilometre walk from the nearest road, and very rough walk too, very, very rough trail. So here's a little jetty with the stream. Yesterday I actually jumped in there because I was starting to get a bit smelly. So I had a bit of a wash in the creek and I discovered that you really don't need soap. You can, give yourself a 99% wash. Just jump in the river, dunk your head in, swish around repeatedly, and you're going to be a lot fresher and you're going to feel a lot nicer that way. So we're still going for a bit of a walk down the trail. I might just have to switch the camera off soon because we don't want to waste too much battery, but we'll just continue to walk. Just about to cross a bridge here. As you can see, the government have installed some anti-slip material on the bridge and on the walkways. Here we are back at the river again, just another crossing for this small river or creek. Now up here later on today, there could be up to 10 or 15 more tents appearing. So more and more bushwalkers will arrive, pitch their tents, maybe only stay one night. Tonight will be our third night here. So here's another, what looks like sort of 2 to 3 man tent. Just pitched, nice blue fly on top. Very nice little campsite that Happy Chappy has set up. happy little camper. So we're still walking, so you can see more of the trail. So here's another nice flat area for camping. Again, more DIY or government made park benches set up. So that area there could house probably up to 5 or 6 tents. And believe it or not, tonight it may house that many people. This is holiday weekend and everybody wants to go hiking and camping in Tasmania. This trail just goes on forever. Very muddy. What you're looking at here is probably the smoother part of the trail. So just one more tent I wanted to show you before we wrap this up. This orange coloured tent here. I don't think anyone's in this one, so we can relax a bit more. So yeah, probably almost looks like a snow tent actually. Seems to have quite solid tent poles. So thanks for watching another episode of Bush Channel's camping series. Stay tuned to Bush Channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And happy camping. Happy camping.